sides have their own transcript, and the pages are not the same. So we're working off two different transcripts, and we have converted our files to MP3. They're still going off the evidence reviewer. So we're working off two different transcripts and two. What our proposed redactions are, and we still have to cross-reference their redactions. So it's just a time-consuming process.
Okay.
We're working as quickly as we can.
If they have redactions that they have identified at this point and they would like to turn them over so we can review them, and if they turn over both the transcript that they are using and the MP3 file that they are using, that corresponds with the redactions that they've requested, we could review those. We could at least be reviewing those while they're correlating the ones we've given them to the media that they have and the transcript that they have, so that the downtime isn't a total wash, and we'll be able to make some kind of progress.
All right. Sure.
I will see if we have, we should have a copy of the MP3s. I don't think we have a problem with that. But we'll figure out a way to get them the information so they can reference their materials so they can see what we're suggesting.
Okay.
And we can literally listen to it in their media format, however they give it to us, and we can know whether we agree or disagree with it in the format that they have it right now.
Okay. So how much longer will you all need?
Well, we are nearing the end of the January 28th statement. I don't anticipate the February 21st will take us quite as long. I anticipate the June 10th will be very lengthy. So if you're asking to address those two statements, I think that we could be ready in probably 45 minutes to an hour. But regarding June 10th.
Okay, well, let's just bifurcate it. As you all told me before, the June 10th one will take the longest. So,
Right.
But you have identified most of those statements. Is that correct?
And June 10th?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And the good news about June 10th is we're actually working on the same transcript on that one.
Okay. All right. So do you all want me to give you another 45 minutes? Let's say we recess and have come back at 12:45?
So we'll be discussing the January, which ones will we be discussing?
January 28th and February
21st. At a minimum.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to. We'll take up the June 10th one. I had planned on, once we kind of finish those two, we can kind of get an idea what would be an appropriate schedule. Okay.
Yes, John.
All right. That work for everybody else?
Yes, it does.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll see you all back at 12:45. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. More recess. All right, councils, where are we at this point?
Your Honor, we just received defense counsel's redactions. However, their redactions are in using an MP4 format, and so we need to convert it to evidence reviewer so we can know exactly what we're talking about. To answer the court's question, the state isn't ready at this juncture just because we just received it, and so we need to compare what they're asking for and see if it even lines up with what we gave them, because it appears that some may overlap. We just have not had the opportunity to sit down and compare our two lists. And so we would need time to do that.
Okay. How long are you gonna need to do that?
I'm not sure if the court was still leaving at 2, but we probably would need at least an hour, if not more, because again, they gave us about 13 periods of redactions.
Okay.
And so we need to play and see what time those are. So it's going to be a little tedious of a task to do. And some of them may correspond with what we gave them. We're just not sure at this time.
All right. Mr. Sharp, do you have something you wanted to add? Or Mr. Matthews? Yeah.
So, I believe Mr. Kokomo is copying the MP4 video for the state, so our timestamps make sense. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, so we're in the process of doing that, and we have to check behind using a different, what the format that the state was using. We have to go into that format to look at their redactions. So I think both sides are solid on what their own side's redactions are, and now we're entering the stage of checking the other side's redactions, proposed redactions.
Okay, all right. Mr. Matthews, anything? Did you stand? Okay, all right. All right, all right, well, you all can continue to work. I'll check back with you all at 2:10. And I have a unrelated meeting at 2:30, and we can see how much we can get done after that. All right?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. So we're not going to be leaving today at 2, but we'll see what we can get done. And then that will also dictate whether or not I need to take some more time before we call for our jurors. Okay? Just depends on what we get done.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. Anything else? Okay. All right. All right. We're in recess until 2:10. So 2:10. I'll check with you all at that point in time.
All right, yeah. YSL trial, they ironing out some issues between the prosecution and the defense, and they're going over some different things. And the judge is giving them time to go over these things. So I guess today is going to be one of those days where that's what they focus on. They're going to focus on that there. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here.
All right. We're going to go ahead and continue with the examination of our current witness. Mr. Copeland, you're still under oath, okay?
All right.
All right. Ms. Hilton?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, Mr. Copeland, I want to direct your attention to Saturday, January 10th, 2015, the night that Dr. Thomas was killed. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Do you remember that day, the night that Dr. Thomas got killed?
No.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Did you ever go to the police on either the night of or the early morning hours after Mr. Donovan Thomas got killed?
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled, sir.
You can answer.
Okay.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah.
In the early morning hours after Donovan Thomas got killed, did you go to the police?
I think the police called me. Right.
Did you go down to the police department after the police called you?
I think.
All right. I want you to go back to that day before Donovan Thomas got killed. And I want you to tell the jurors what you remember about the day that Donovan Thomas got killed.
I got a call saying that I don't know how, I can't recall how it was here. I remember getting a call saying that I killed Nut.
You killed him.
The word was, I got a call and people were saying that, am I okay? They saying I killed Nut.
Oh, I'm going to sustain the objection.
Before you got a phone call, can you tell the jurors where you were that morning before you got the phone call saying that I killed Nut?
What you mean? Why was that morning?
Where were you that day? Do you remember that day though? Were you at your girlfriend's house that morning?
Oh, yeah.
So tell the jurors what you remember about that entire day up until you got that phone call.
I was at my girl house.
While you were at your girl's house.
Nothing.
All right. Did you ever leave? Let me ask you, what's your girlfriend's name?
I'm single.
Back in 2015, what was your girlfriend's name?
Do I have to answer that?
Yes.
Deshaun?
All right. So, what side of town was Deshaun living in back in 2015?
Carver home.
And did you wake up at Deshaun's house in Carver Home that morning that you learned about Donovan being killed?
I was in the car when I found out he got killed.
I said that morning. Before you found out when he got killed, we're going to talk about that morning. Were you at Deshaun's home?
Yes.
All right. When you were at her house, were you there by yourself?
I was asleep.
Okay. At some point, did you wake up?
I had to. I'm here today.
All right. And when you woke up, what did you do?
I came out the house, I guess. I went out that door.
All right. Where did you go?
To my neighborhood.
When you say to your neighborhood, what do you mean?
To my neighborhood.
Is that Mechanicsville?
Yes.
Okay. How did you get to Mechanicsville?
I think I drove.
All right. And did you have your own car?
I was in my brother's car.
All right. And back in 2015, where did your brother live?
In the same place.
Is that Carver Homes?
I think so.
All right. And which brother lived in Carver Homes?
My brother.
Which one?
What you mean? Which one?
You have three, right?
Yeah.
Which of the three brothers live in Carver Homes?
Trees.
All right. Do you remember what time you went over to Mechanicsville?
No.
Do you remember what you did in Mechanicsville when you went over there?
No.
Did you go anywhere after leaving Mechanicsville?
Object to the form of this question.
I'll stay, Mr. Form. You can rephrase.
Did you leave Mechanicsville?
I guess.
And during that interview, did you go in there to speak with him about everything that you knew leading up to the murder of Donovan Thomas?
I guess.
And during that interview, did you tell Detective Thorpe your concerns about?
I'll sustain the question, sir.
During the interview, were you able to give Mr. Investigator Thorpe your date of birth?
Huh?
During that interview, were you asked by Detective Thorpe your date of birth?
I guess.
Okay. And what is your date of birth?
July 25th, 91.
Okay. And during that interview, were you asked to give your middle name?
I guess.
Okay. And what is that?
Xavier.
Okay. And during the course of that interview, were you informed by Detective Thorpe his reasoning of wanting to speak with you?
Huh?
Did Detective Thorpe tell you why he wanted to speak with you?
He really like laughing and joking.
Okay. But did he tell you that he wanted to speak with you?
I'll stay in the question.
Did he tell you why he wanted to speak with you?
Yeah.
Oral, sir.
And did he ask you to tell him everything that you knew about the murder?
I guess.
All right. Who is Kel?
Who?
Who is Kel?
Be more specific.
Okay. Do you know someone by the name of Kel?
I know a lot of people named Kel.
Do you know someone who goes by the name of Shell Kel?
I don't know him, but I know who you're talking about.
Okay. And back in 2015, did you and Shell Cal have any issues?
If he's still here, then now.
Back in 2015, did you tell Detective
Man,
Thorpe
just told the
that you and Shell
prosecutor
Cal
that
had
he
some
said
issues?
If he's still here.
I guess.
Okay. And is Shell Cal related
I'm
to
convinced.
Nut?
He was a crack baby.
I guess.
Do you recall in this interview telling Detective Thorpe that Shell Cal is Nut's brother?
I guess.
And that specifically that Shell Cal is Nut's little brother?
I guess.
Do you guess or do you know?
I don't recall what was said in the interview.
All right.
That's why he was having all the beef.
And during
With the
that
guy
interview,
Shell Cal.
did you speak with
Because it's
Detective
Nut's
Thorpe
brother.
about how
He was
your
saying that
issues with
he had
Shell Cal
something to do with
began?
Nut being killed.
I guess.
When you say you guessed, do you recall or no?
I'm saying,
Hold on, hold on. What's the basis of your objection, Mr. Sharp?
Perfect, saying I guess, and yes.
Well, so what's your objection, sir?
That's the answer.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I'm also standing on other grounds.
When you say you guess, what do you mean?
you asking me so clearly, I must have did.
When did your issues with Shell Cal begin?
I don't know. I don't.
Did you tell Detective Thorpe that your issues with Shell Cal began maybe about 4 months prior to the death of Donovan Thomas?
I guess.
When you say you guess, what do you mean?
I mean, I guess I said it, I guess.
Do you know if your problems with Shell Cal began 4 months prior to the death of Donovan Thomas?
If I had a problem with Shell Kill, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, and I'm asking you, when did those problems begin?
It's so funny that the witness is talking
Say it again.
about if he had
When
problems with somebody,
did
he
those
wouldn't be
problems
here no more.
begin with you
This
and
is
Shell
the
Cal?
witness now.
I don't know.
In your interview in January 11, 2015 with Detective Thorpe, did you tell Detective Thorpe, when asked about when your problems began, say 2 months, 3 months, I'm going to say no longer than 4 months?
Probably did. I don't know.
What were the problems that you had with Shell Cal?
I misunderstand it.
He think everything
What was the
they say is like a
misunderstanding?
trick question. He gotta
I don't
think
know.
about it. It's like, yo, they asking me a trick question.
Would
I gotta be on
you,
point.
did you and him get into a fight at Club Crucial on the Monday before Donovan Thomas' death?
No,
You're saying you did not get into a fight with him that Monday.
I did not get into a fight with them. They put their hands on me.
Okay. What happened when they put their hands on you? Can you respond? What happened when they put their hands on you?
They ran out the club.
Who is they?
I don't know.
Did you tell Detective Thorpe about what happened between you and Shell Kell
He
the
has
Monday
immunity
before
for
Donovan
everything he
Thomas
says,
was
They
killed?
can't charge him for
I
nothing
guess.
that he says in the
When you say you guess, do you know if you told him about what happened that Monday?
Back then, my mind was all over the place, and whatever he asked me, I was just trying to get him out my face.
Do you recall in this same January 11, 2015 interview telling Detective Thorpe that you went to Club Crucial, you pulled out your money because you were on stage, you were flashing your money to all the girls were standing around, you were flashing your money. When you get off the stage, you were flashing money, and Kell and his whole crew walked up on me. You recall telling Detective Thorpe that back in your January 11, 2015 interview.
I probably did.
Then, do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you looked up and you said to Kell, "What up, bro? What's going on?"
I probably did.
And that Kell didn't say anything, so he just said, "Hey, what's up?" You asked him, "What's up, bro?" And then he began asking you about Thug. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that?
I probably did.
And I need to know, is that a yes or a no? Did you tell him? Did you not tell him, or do you not recall?
Answer the question, Your Honor. I object to the follow-up question.
Your Honor, he's saying he probably did. I'm asking yes,
Oh,
no.
I'm going to overrule the objection, Mr. Steele.
Did you say it? Did you not say it, or you don't recall saying it?
I said something to him, so if that's what he said, I said, then
I'm asking, what do you remember? Do you remember telling him this or not? Or you don't recall?
they questioned me so many times, and I told them something different every time they questioned me. I
Okay.
don't recall what I told this person.
Do you have an objection, Mr.
That
Steele?
person-
Oh, hold on, Mr. Copeland. Do you have an objection, sir?
I'm going to object.
Basis.
to the state giving limited options for the witness to answer.
Overrule, sir.
Not multiple choice.
Overrule, sir.
So you say you don't recall what you told him?
Objection leading.
He answered your.
I'm gonna overrule the objection, Mr. Sharp.
Can you say it again?
Sure. Did you tell Detective Thorpe that Kell wanted to speak with Thug at the club on that Monday before Nut passed away?
I said they have asked me questions about this so many different times. I have told them different things every time. I cannot tell you what, for 100% facts exactly what I have told him.
So do you not recall what you told him?
I said, I guess if he's
I sustain the objection.
Do you remember what you told Detective Thorpe about whether or not you told him?
Ryan, since asked and answered.
I sustain the objection.
Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that after you told Kell that Thug was in the club, Kell began to...
You have an objection, sir? I'm overruling the objection, sir.
Kell took his necklace and put it inside of his shirt.
huh?
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that after Kell asked you about Thug, you then saw Kell put his necklace inside of his shirt?
I guess.
When you say you guess, do you recall telling him that or no?
Yeah, I said it, I guess.
And then when you saw him put his necklace inside his shirt, you then put your money inside of your pocket.
Yes.
Do you remember what happened after you put your money inside of your pocket?
They jumped on me.
Who is the day that jumped on you?
I didn't see no. I knew I was surrounded by a lot of people, and
Was Kell one of the individuals that jumped on you?
I don't know if he hit me. I don't remember if it was him who hit me. Somebody hit me, and when whoever hit me,
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that Kell punched you in the back of your head on that same January 11, 2015 interview?
he probably did.
He probably hit you, or did you probably tell?
Yeah, I said it.
Okay. And did you also tell Detective Thorpe? So he punched me in the back of the head, then they pushed me to the ground. He tries to go in my pocket and take my money, but I hold on to my money. The other guy punched me all in the face, but I didn't care. I was holding on to the money.
Yes.
Okay. After they were punching you on the ground, do you remember if you ever got up?
Clearly.
Okay. What did you do after you got up? You laughed. What do you remember about after you got up?
I had a knot on my face.
Okay. And then what happened?
I was real mad.
All right. And then what happened?
Somebody was gonna pay for their knot.
Okay. So then what happened?
I went home.
Did you go outside of the club right after you got off the ground?
I had to leave out the club.
Okay. And when you went out the club, did you see anyone outside of the club?
If that was that's it,
I'm asking you, what do you remember?
I guess.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe in his January 11th interview that when you got out of the club, Bloody J was outside of the club?
I guess.
You guess that you told him?
Yes.
All right. And when you got out of the club, what, if anything, happened to Bloody J?
What you mean?
Do you recall if anything happened to Bloody J when you got outside of the club?
You can't remind me?
Do you remember, yes or no?
No.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that when you got outside of Bloody J, when you got outside of the club, that two of your buddies went and beat up Bloody J?
I guess.
Okay. What two buddies beat up Bloody J?
Tell me. I don't recall.
You don't recall? Do you recall it being one of the individuals being Munson?
Yes, I guess.
You don't say I guess. It's either
I
yes,
guess.
no, or you don't recall.
I ain't trying to say the wrong thing. So,
So do you not recall?
I sustain the question. I don't need it. Just tell me the basis for the objection, Mr. Sharp, okay?
I need you to answer yes. Was it Munson?
Overruled, Mr. Sharp.
Do you remember if it was Munson or not remember if it was Munson?
if he said that's what I said, then yes.
I'm asking you what happened.
I don't recall what happened. I was mad. I had a knot on my head.
Now, do you also recall speaking with Detective Thorpe about what happened at the Cascade skating rink before this fight at Club Crucial on the Monday before Donovan died?
I guess.
When you say you guess, do you recall or you don't recall?
What he was telling me, everything they did and every encounter that they had at all the clubs.
Okay. Tell the jury what happened at the Cascade skating rink before this fight at Club Crucial.
What happened at Cascade?
Yes.
Every different club.
And nothing happened at the skating rink?
Yes.
Nothing.
Do you recall speaking with Kel at the skating rink?
That's what I told Detective Thorpe.
I'm asking you, what do you remember?
I don't remember nothing from 2015. I remember the fight. They put their hands on me.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe, actually before talking about what happened that Monday, that you and Kel were at the Cascade skating ring and the two of you actually spoke at the Cascade skating ring?
When I was talking to Detective Thorpe, I can't recall what I told him because I was just telling him anything.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that at the Cascade skating ring, you wanted to speak with Kel and you said to Kel, hey, let me holler at you?
Not if you put no knot on my head.
This is before he put the knot on your head.
Objection to the proper question.
I'll ask a better
I
question.
sustain the question, sir.
Do you recall speaking to Kel before he put the knot on your head at Cascade skating ring?
I guess.
I need to know, yes, you remember, no, you don't remember, or you don't remember.
If you saying this what I told Thorpe, then this what I probably told him.
Do you remember speaking to Shokel? Period. At Cascade skating ring.
We ain't no speak. We wasn't on speaking term.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that at the Cascade skating ring, you and Kel were standing right there and y'all talked about everything that you had against each other?
If I was somewhere around Shell Kill, I don't think we would be talking.
Okay. Did you also tell Detective Thorpe that as we talked, we said it was over? So it was like, we're over, we ain't beefing no more. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe about that conversation you had with Shell Cal?
I guess.
I guess it's not responsive. Do you recall or not recall telling Detective Thorpe that?
I told Detective Thorpe whatever he said, I told him.
Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that on that same day at the Cascade skating ring, Kel wanted to speak with Thug?
Who?
Kel wanted to speak with Thug.
If I would have any chance to be around Shell Kill at any point, I would not been talking to him.
I understand what you're saying today. I'm asking you what you told Detective Thorpe.
And I told you that if I told Detective Thorpe anything, and he said I said it, then I probably did.
Okay. So did you also tell Detective Thorpe that you then called Thug on FaceTime for Kel and Thug to speak with each other?
When he checked my phone record, did he see that call?
I'm asking you, did you tell Detective Thorpe that on the Sunday at Cascade Skating Ring that you got Thug on FaceTime so Kel and Thug could speak? Yes or no?
If Detective Thorpe said I told him that, I told him that.
Okay. Do you remember that happening?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember me and Shell Kill ain't gonna talk.
All right. And then, do you remember telling Detective Thorpe, so him and Thug talked, and whatever was said with that, I don't know?
I probably told Detective Thorpe that.
Okay. And again, that was in your January 11, 2015 interview.
I guess.
Now, did you also tell Detective Thorpe about a shooting that occurred at a gambling house in Lakewood?
If that's what he said.
Do you recall a shooting at the gambling house in Lakewood? Do you recall a shooting at a gambling house in Lakewood?
No,
You do not?
I don't.
Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe in that same January 11, 2015 interview that there was a shooting over in Lakewood and that it was Kel, and he was standing on top of a
One
roof
these
and
guys,
shooting
right?
inside.
A little Woody, and
I probably did.
every
I need to know, do you remember telling him that, or you don't remember telling
wants to
him that?
be
When
rolling in
when
the hat.
Detective Thorpe questioned me
And when they get caught
about what
this
happened,
is what they do.
I thought I was in there about 5 minutes. I thought I walked in and walked back out. So I don't know what I don't told him. I can't remember what I don't told him.
So you say you don't remember telling him about what happened at?
But if he said that I told him that, I'm telling you right now, I told him that. So can you start asking me what I supposed to told Detective Thorpe? Because I'm telling you now, if he said that I said anything about
He said, "Can you
anything,
stop asking?"
I'm telling you, more likely I probably did.
And they
Great.
gonna
Well, I want
continue
to ask you about all the things that you talked to Detective Thorpe
They
about.
want to verify everything he said. He thought he was going to be able to go in the interrogation room and say whatever and wasn't going to have to back it up.
Did you also tell Detective
What, he
Thorpe
was tripping.
about the Friday before Nut was killed?
I guess.
Okay. On the Friday that Nut was killed, were you with Thug the Friday evening before Nut was killed?
No, you just said it earlier. Was I at the house? I said yes.
I'm talking about the Friday evening before Nut was killed.
I can't recall. I don't know what I don't told Detective Thorpe.
I'm asking you, what do you remember yourself?
No, when I think back about 2015, all I remember was getting a call saying that Nut was killed and I was responsible for it. And the only thing besides that is people showing up at my folks' houses. Details about what happened, all this stuff been blanked out my mind. Like, it been blanked out my mind.
All right. In that same January 11, 2000 interview, you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you were with Thug and you were at DJ Drama's studio.
I probably did.
Do you remember telling him, or you don't recall telling him? I need to have it.
If Detective Thorpe said I said it, I said it.
And then after leaving the studio, that is when you went over to your girl's house, which would be Deshawn's house.
I guess.
Now, earlier I asked you about what time you left Deshawn's home to go to your brother's house. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you left Deshawn's home around 5:00 p.m.?
I guess.
When you say you guess, I need to know, do you recall telling him that, or you don't recall? Was killed. Do you recall any cars following you home, specifically following you into Carver Homes?
I don't remember.
The gambling house for a moment. Do you remember at the gambling house whether or not vehicles were shot up at the gambling house?
What gambling house?
The gambling house in Lakewood.
What about it?
Do you remember earlier talking about a shooting at that gambling house?
Was I there?
Do you recall telling detective that you were on this January 11, 2015 interview that you were present at the gambling house when Kel shot up the gambling house?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know if you were there, or you don't know if you told Detective Thorpe?
I don't know. I don't recall nothing about the gambling house.
Do you remember in the January 11, 2015 interview telling Detective Thorpe that he shot everybody's car up, you know what I'm saying? But didn't nobody know it was him, and then he got into it with his girl, and she came back and said it was him.
I guess.
You guess, meaning you don't remember if that's what you told Detective Thorpe?
I don't remember nothing I told the police.
Right. And then, do you recall to tell Detective Thorpe that Thug wanted Kel to pay for his window that got shot up?
Probably so.
Probably, or do you remember telling the,
Do you have an objection?
The same repetition. He answered the question.
Your Honor, it's not,
For your objection, sir.
Prosecutor doesn't get to then
No. What's the basis for your objection?
improper question from a litigant.
I'm gonna-
From the court if you don't think it was asked correctly.
I'm going to overrule the objection, sir.
I'm going to object that answer.
I'm going to overrule the objection.
do you remember if Thug wanted Kel to pay for his window?
Is this what I told the police?
I'm asking you.
I don't know. I don't remember nothing about the gambling house.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that Thug wanted Kel to pay for his window?
I do not remember what I done told the police. I just know.
And do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that Thug said you were going to pay for the window?
I guess.
Does I guess mean you remember telling Detective Thorpe or you don't remember telling Detective?
I don't have a. My whole thing with talking to the Detective Thorpe was to get him out my face.
So did you tell things to Detective Thorpe that was a lie to get him out of your face?
I don't know. That's a trick question.
It's whatever honest question that your answer that you want to give.
Well, I told the detective whatever came to my head to try to get up out of there.
And was whatever came to your head the truth about what happened or not the truth about what happened?
I don't remember what I told him. So I can't say if it was a truth or a lie. I don't remember what I said to the investigator, but I know I don't recall a lot of these things that you're saying. I don't remember.
Okay. Was Nut in a gang?
I don't know.
Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that Nut?
I didn't know Nut personally.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that Nut was the big dog, but they big dog, but it ain't they big dog, but he's not over the whole gang, but he's a big dog.
I guess.
I guess meaning.
I don't remember.
All right. Did you and Nut ever talk about Kel and your issues with Kel?
I don't think me and Nut would have been talking.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you and Nut have talked about Kel?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know what. No, I guess I don't.
So do you remember?
If Thorpe said I said it, I said it.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that?
No, I don't remember. I told you that when Detective Thorpe called me down there and tried to question me, I felt like I walked in and walked right back out. I don't remember sitting down talking to him.
Now, during the course of this interview, do you remember if they came in and swabbed you for gunshot residue?
I don't think so. I just remember. I remember he was laughing like, "Dang man, the guy ain't even dead long, and everybody already saying you did it." I'm like, I don't know why, and I thought he let me go. I don't remember if they did. I don't remember anything further than I showed him my face and he let me go. So I don't know what. I don't remember what took place that day. To say facts.
As the interview progressed, do you recall giving more details about the night of the murder to Detective Thorpe.
I don't understand what you asking.
Let me just ask you this. On the night of the murder, do you remember if Deshaun went to the movies on the night of the murder?
So much going on. I can't. So much was going on. I was all over the place. I don't remember. I can't say what. I can't answer those questions because if I tried to, I'd be lying. I wouldn't. I can't really say.
I understand. Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that Deshaun had went to the movies and at some point you had given her your brother's car to drive?
I probably did.
Now, earlier I asked you about a Camaro following you inside of your apartment complex the night that Nut was killed. You said, do you remember that occurring?
I don't remember.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that you turned into Carver Homes off of Pryor Road?
I don't know.
And you saw a Camaro and it was flying behind you?
Oh, excuse me. I don't remember what I told Detective Thorpe again.
And that when you turned left, the Camaro went straight, and instead of going to the front door, you went around to the gate?
I guess.
Do you remember telling him that, or you don't remember?
If he said I said it, I said it.
Do you remember telling him that?
I don't remember having a conversation with him. I don't remember what I was telling him when he questioned me.
All right. So the gate card was to Deshaun's apartment, and you were clicking it, and you couldn't go, so you went around front.
I guess.
Do you remember telling him that, or you don't remember telling him that?
I don't remember.
All right. And that you had your brother to call the police. Do you remember telling him that?
I had my brother to call the police?
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that?
I wouldn't know why my brother would be calling the police, but I don't remember if I said it to him. But if he said I said, I probably did.
Do you remember or do you not remember?
I don't remember.
Right. And so do you remember telling him that you saw the Camaro fly to the stop sign and it was going so fast that it missed it, but they turned and left behind? And when they turned left, I was in front of them. Do you remember telling him about the red Camaro doing that?
If a red Camaro followed me and I noticed it, I wasn't gonna let it. I don't remember.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Sir, all jurors present? Okay, thank you. All right. Ms. Hilton, we're going to continue with your examination, please.
Good afternoon, Ms. Copeland. All right. So when we left off, we were talking about your January 11th interview. Do you remember during your January 11th interview speaking with Detective Thorpe regarding several individuals that you texted about you and Kel, about your relation, about the fights that you were having with you and Kel?
You say that again?
Sure. Do you recall during your interview telling Detective Thorpe about text messages that you sent, and I apologize, about text messages that you sent regarding this thought that Mo was trying to kill you and Thug?
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember the substance of what those texts were?
No.
Okay. Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that you texted one telling them, bro, it ain't no beef. I ain't stunting y'all niggas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you said, did I text it?
Yes.
I do not remember nothing I said to Detective Thorpe.
So is your answer, you don't remember telling him about this text?
I don't remember nothing I said to him about any. I really don't.
Okay. And that you also texted that there's a guy down the road, Mo, he's supposed to kill me and Thug, so that you had 10 minutes on your phone, and that you texted someone and asked, y'all going to kill me and Thug? And you put a laughing like ha 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 emoji.
Basis.
2 reasons. Leading in the beginning, prior out-of-court statements without a foundation. You ask what he knows.
Okay, so foundation, okay, foundation. I'll stand as the foundation. Why don't you live on what
Do you recall sending these text messages back in January of 2015?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe about these text messages?
I don't recall nothing I said to Detective Thorpe.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you received a response back from that text message?
I don't recall any conversation with Detective Thorpe.
I understand you can slow it down, but I'm gonna keep asking you these questions. So, do you recall texting or telling Detective Thorpe
That's gonna get her to
that
stop
so another
asking
guy called
Same
you
question.
and said that those people were just lying?
I don't recall.
All right. And do you
She
recall
wanna
telling
hear that.
Detective
Do you
Thorpe
recall? I don't recall.
that they didn't believe you when you told them that there's really no more beef between you and Kel?
I don't recall.
All right. And do you recall to telling Detective Thorpe that you asked them, or you told them that it's not about you, you want to know what they had against you and what have you done to them? You never took any of their girlfriend, you never did nothing to him, and you were referencing Kel.
That was it? I don't recall.
Okay. And do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you asked, why does he hate me?
Why? Who hate me?
Why does Kel hate you?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Can you explain to me what I don't recall mean? Don't it mean I don't remember, right?
Do you remember any of this?
No. I'm just trying to make sure I'm saying the right thing. I don't remember this stuff.
The man just asked, what does do you recall mean? After
On the
he said
night
it,
that Donovan Thomas drove, earlier you said that you kind of drove around. Do you remember saying that earlier today?
I said it?
Yes.
What you mean? I drove around.
The night that Donovan Thomas got murdered, after you learned that people thought it was you, you were just kind of driving around. Do you remember that?
I said I blinked out.
Okay. Do you remember driving around at all?
I remember being at a lot of different places.
Okay. Do you remember any of the places that you went to?
I remember people staring at me like they. I just remember how people were staring at me.
Okay. Do you remember in the same January 11th, 2015 interview, Detective Thorpe, that first you went towards Hateville, then you got off the expressway right by the Chick-fil-A?
I don't recall what I told Detective Thorpe.
Okay. Do you recall to telling Detective Thorpe that you went over to Thug's house to see what was going on?
Your Honor, lack of foundation in prior statements.
I stand the objection.
Do you remember going to Thug's house that day?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Thug that you went down to Thug's house to see what was going on?
I don't recall.
Do you recall if you talked to Thug that evening after you learned that people thought that you killed Nut?
Can you ask me that again?
Sure. Do you recall speaking to Thug on the night that Nut was killed?
Nah, I don't.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that you spoke to Thug while at his home?
Can you say that again?
Sure. Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that you spoke with Thug while at his house?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you told Thug that them folks then came and shot Deshaun's mama house?
I don't recall.
Okay. And do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that his answer was, for real?
That's it?
Yep.
I don't recall.
Okay. And do you recall you telling Thug what I'm supposed to do, bro?
I don't recall.
Okay. And do you recall you telling Detective Thorpe that he said, man, just stay out of the way and let 12 handle that?
I don't recall.
And that's all he kept saying, 12 going to deal with that.
I don't. That's what I supposed to say to Thorpe?
Do you recall saying?
I'm saying this conversation with Thorpe?
Yes.
I don't recall.
Okay. And then do you recall saying to Thug, like, man, bro, you just saying stay out of the way and deal with that, bro. But these folks, and you also said that Thug know them better than you do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Do you recall telling that to Detective Thorpe?
No, you gotta say it to me again.
Sure. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you said, like, man, bro, you talking about just stay out the way and let the police handle it and deal with that, bro. Man, fuck that. He knows them better than I do.
This supposed to be what I supposed to, this me talking?
Yes.
No, I don't recall that.
Now, earlier I asked you if you remember that if Deshaun went to the movies. Did you tell me that you do not recall if Deshaun went to the movies that night?
I never even heard of whoever you mentioned it.
Deshaun, your girlfriend at the time.
I never dated no girl named that.
You never dated a girl named Deshaun?
Never dated a girl named Deshaun.
Daisha?
My baby mama name's Deshaun.
Okay, so it's Deshaun, not Deshaun.
I think that's what I just said.
Okay. Do you recall if Deshaun went to the movies?
I don't know. I don't know if she went. I can't remember if she made it out. Time, everything was going so fast. I can't remember if she went to the movies or not.
Do you recall in that same January 11th interview telling Detective Thorpe that Deshaun went to the movies and that you gave her the car so she can go to the movies?
I don't recall.
And that it was about 9 o'clock?
I don't recall.
Do you remember picking Deshaun up and her friends up from Greenbrier Mall?
I do.
What do you remember about that?
I had found out they shot her mama house up. And she called me, told me that her mama house been shot up. And I was pissed off. So I asked her to park the car and I was coming to get her.
Why did you want her to park the car at Greenbrier Mall?
Because if anybody would did anything to that car while she was in there, well, nobody gonna get no rest.
And that's fair. Is there a police precinct at...
Cause off the port.
I'll stand there. I'll sustain the question.
Is there a police precinct at Greenbrier Mall?
So you can see how he was talking.
I don't know.
He's still on the stand.
Did you want her to
talking
park
like
at Greenbrier
he's
Mall
gonna do something
because
to
of...
somebody.
Oh yeah, it is.
And did you want her to park at Greenbrier Mall because of the police station being there?
No, it's an area that I don't know if it was me who told her or she came up with it. I just told her to park, get out the car. I was coming to get her.
When you went to go get her, who were you with?
If I'm not mistaken, I think I was probably with Moonton. I was with different people that night.
Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you were with Moonton, his girl, and his baby?
I don't recall what I told Detective Thorpe.
Do you recall being taken over to Greenbrier with Moonton, his girl, and his baby?
I know I was with Moonton at a certain time that night. I can't remember if it was him. I can't say for a fact if it was me and him who went to get her, but I know I went and got her.
This is the interrogation right here. But I'm gonna get that interview though.
Y'all permission to approach?
When you're ready, Mr. Copeland, tell me exactly what you know dealing with this situation.
Like now,
No, everything. Tell me everything. What made you want to pull you into this situation to happen? Okay.
me and the Kale, you know what I'm saying? Me and him, we had a problem in the club.
Is that him?
No, this nothing.
Okay.
Kale, they say this the little brother, but I thought they just changed it, but they say they real brothers.
Ken.
K-E-L.
K-E-L. K-L. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Little brother of none.
Yes.
Who you identify from the picture, which is Donovan Thomas.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Me and him got into it in the club push.
What day was that?
It's just like it was like it's a lot.
Okay.
So,
But 2 months, 3 months, a year?
how long? Yeah, about I'm saying no longer than 4 months.
4 months. So every time y'all be at Club Crucial, y'all see each other, y'all get into it.
We don't even fight, we don't do none of that. The only time I fight was the last time.
Okay, but what was that?
Monday they just passed.
Monday? Okay, go ahead.
So, all the time we get into that club, it don't mean that. They shoot birds at us, we shoot back at them. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, we go outside. Don't go on that, don't nobody fight, don't nobody do that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just go outside. We leave. This every time we got to the club. But last Monday, we went in the club. But this case came in, it was Monday. I think it was Sunday before the Monday. But if it wasn't that Sunday, it was the Sunday before that week. Me and Kel, I seen Kel outside. So I'm like, hey Kel, how did you? So as me and Kel standing right there, we talking. We talking about everything we got against each other. So as we talk, we like, it's over with. They challenging and cover me. So we like, it's over with, we ain't beefing no more. So Kel, all right, but he want to talk to Thug and see what Thug has to do with it. So like, man, Thug ain't standing there jump, bro. You know what I'm saying? He ain't into this. So he like, how you wanna talk? So him and Thug talk. Whatever said there, I don't know. Next thing you know, Monday come, I'm in Kush. As I go to Kush, I pulled out my money. I'm on stage, I'm flashing my money to all the girls standing around. I'm flashing money. So I get on the stage, I'm flashing money. Tell and this whole walk up on me. So I look at him, he's like, what's up, bro? I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. And he ain't saying that. So he just looked at me. So I'm still flashing money. I'm laughing, I'm playing with everybody. So he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, Thug still want to pay for your window. Like, I guess so, bro. But he in the club. Like, go talk to him. You know what I'm saying? So Kel, like, he took his necklace. He put his necklace inside. So I look at him. I put money in my pocket. So when I put money in my pocket, I walk out. You know what I mean? I walk over here. I look at him. So he turned around. He tells somebody something in the ear. So I walk towards the kitchen. When I walk towards the kitchen, all of them walks behind me. I was by myself. So when I get to the kitchen, I see everybody walk behind me. I try to turn around and go back to the stage. Kel punched me in the back of the head. So he punched me in the back of the head. He pushed me to the ground. He tries to go in my pocket and get my money. But as I hold on to my money, the other guy punched me all in the face. But I didn't care. I was holding on to the money. So as they punch me, I get out of it. I run. So they stay about some more guys. They knew me. They can't help. So they fight. He goes out the club. We outside the club. Blood J's like, Blood J like, what's up? I'm like, bro, how did you get jump on me like that, bro? Y'all try to take my money? So DJ? Yeah. The rap DJ? The rap. So like, so Blood J like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So, one of my buddies had fought Blood J. So after they fought Blood J, we leave. We leave the club. Then they have what day is? Today, Saturday. Yesterday, Friday. They have a meeting. The meeting, like it was a blood meeting, and the meeting was about me and Thug. You and Thug. Me and Young Thug. But the whole time, I'm telling her like, what Thug got to do with this, bro? Young Thug was just talking. Young Thug, the rapper. I'm like, what he got to do with this? You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to him. Like, he with you. I'm like, bro, it ain't no beef, bro. Like, I ain't saying y'all niggas, y'all, you know, don't pay me no attention. I don't pay y'all no attention. No, listen, man.